What's cracking with the people? What's popping? It's Rashad. It's Dave. We in the building on MLK Day. Got a little early start. Dave. What's cracking with you, bro?
What's up, man? Yeah, we got this early start. We got the Federal holiday game popping. Might as well go ahead and get this thing going. Hope all is well. I went to a nice little MLK breakfast this morning. They gave out some scholarship money. Had a lot of politicians in the building. It was a pretty good event, I will say. You know, can't complain one bit.
Yeah,
What about you, man? What you do
ask,
this
ask,
weekend?
ask me what I did for MLK Day. So first of all, this weekend I was in Atlanta. I went to Atlanta for my wife. My wife had something to do in Atlanta, so I was just perusing the Atlanta streets, Buckhead. In the building. Did a little slime museum and stuff like that. I tried to link up with Big Low. I could not get up with Big Low. The schedules we couldn't cross paths. But shout out to Big Low. I did reach out. We couldn't quite make it work. But I was in Atlanta, and I happened to go. I happened to go to the mall, Dave. And why was all the Atlanta Falcon stuff on sale, Dave? I just wanted to point that out. All the Atlanta Falcon stuff was on sale, B. Nobody want that crap.
That's.
All I saw was Georgia Bulldog stuff everywhere, B. Falcon stuff on sale, 50% off.
I
Get
mean,
it
I
out my
mean,
store.
I mean, it's Atlanta. What you expect? And it probably wasn't in Atlanta because there's a lot of things that's not Atlanta in Atlanta. So
Yeah,
it's,
yeah, it's true.
you know, you know,
It's true. Shout out to Atlanta, man.
they're more
Shout out to
they
Atlanta.
more about the They're more about the Braves anyway. They about the
Yeah.
Braves,
Braves,
the County
Braves,
County
and
Bulldogs.
Bulldogs. A lot of Bulldogs. A lot of
And the
Georgia
Georgia
Bulldog stuff out
Bulldogs.
there.
And they're not in Atlanta either. They're not in Atlanta either.
They're not. Georgia Tech is
They're
in
not
Atlanta,
Atlanta. Georgia Tech is in
but
Atlanta.
no Georgia
And they
Tech
didn't
gear
get
at all.
Dion, so they're not Atlanta. So they're
I
technically
didn't.
not Atlanta either. So like
I didn't. I didn't.
nobody watched them.
I didn't see a lick. I didn't see a lick of Georgia Tech gear. All I saw was Georgia Bulldog stuff everywhere.
Did you see?
Not a
Did you
lick.
see any Morehouse at least? Any
Nah.
Spellman? Any Morehouse? None of
Nothing.
that. None of
None
that.
of that. None of that. No.
None
None
of
of that.
that.
In
Just Georgia
fact,
Bulldogs, huh?
I did see a few Carolina Panthers fans out there. They didn't know who I was, but I just saw the jerseys. But shout out to the Panthers fans that
Okay.
was out there in the building repping for the boys. I had on my Panthers hoodie. I'm repping to the death all day, every day. Shout out to A Cash with the super chat already. Says nothing better than watching P&P while eating some damn double good popcorn. Shout out to double good popcorn. Yes, sir. I
Yeah,
got mine too.
I'm the,
Yo,
I got mine.
in,
I should have bought more bags of that. I only bought one
in
bag. I'm kind
queso
of mad. I bought
fire,
a whole
bro.
6 pack. I bought and I like demolished the one bag I had.
Yeah, in case of fire, bro. That joint is lit. Shout out to A Cash. Appreciate you buying some popcorn for me. I did end up in first for all those that were asking and wondering. I did end up in first place by about
Even though,
two or
let me
three
tell
hundred
you something,
dollars.
bro.
It
Let me
got
tell you
close,
something,
Dave.
bro.
It got
Let
close.
me tell you something. Don't mess around,
Bro,
me.
he don't. He don't. Hey, look, I slipped in the second pause. I slipped in the second. Probably
I
with like
saw.
15 minutes to go. Yeah, 15 minutes ago, I slipped in the second. I hit the Discord. I hit the Discord up, say, yo, I need some help. My wife came through. She sent out a text, and I went up by like $300, man. So shout out to all the people that bought popcorn from your boy.
Fam, you was about to become the Chargers of the weekend, man. Before the
I was, yo.
Chargers.
I was about to blow that lead, though. Facts.
You had a
Shout out to the
20. You had a
Chargers, man.
27-0 lead.
I did,
And
bro.
you out
I was
here.
up like, bro. I had $1,600 sold like by the day two. Nobody was. I was like $1,000 up on everybody, bro. I had a 28-3
I know. I
lead.
was watching.
I had a 28-3 lead, Dave. While I was in Atlanta, I had a 28-3 lead, and all of a sudden it just disappeared like with the quickness. But I had to come back. I had to Tom Brady that joint, Dave. I Tom Brady that joint. I pulled it out. Pause. Pulled it out. I pulled it out. But
Yo,
yeah, man. Shout out to
I think I figured out. I think I figured out what O's doing, man. I figured it out. O and his band connects, man. O shoots a freaking bat signal to KK Psy. And
no. He
that's what
called me.
happened.
He called me. Told me what he does. He know a lot of deltas, man. So he called me like right after it because he was texting me the whole time saying, "Yo, I'm gonna catch you. I'm gonna catch you." And then I was like, "Nah, bro. I got the reserve. I got the reserves on standby, bro. You're not gonna catch me this year." And so yeah, he yeah, but he told me he got a lot of Delta friends, so he sent it out to them, and they would be buying all this shit. They love it though. That popcorn's so good, man. It's good. It's good popcorn, bro. Really good popcorn.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
But yeah, man. Shout out to Helen Keller's dog. She said, "What's good, guys? Finally get to catch y'all live." Helen Keller, I feel like I seen you on this stream before in the past, man. What happened?
She has. It's
Maybe,
been a minute. It's been a minute, but I have seen her on the
yeah,
stream in the past.
yeah. We seen you in the past, but yeah, welcome back. It's been a minute, I know we starting early. Shout out to it's like 228 people already in the building. We just hit the button, so shout out to y'all, and we caught y'all off guard with a little early start. I didn't even announce it, so shout out to y'all that was ready in the Noti game and called us. So appreciate y'all. Real quick, I
Absolutely.
did Dave for MLK Day today. Dave, I did go to the Hornets and Celtics game,
Yeah, that. So yeah, let's
and
talk about that for a second.
yeah, let's talk about it. Well, I mean, what really nothing to talk about. But which one? Let's go ahead and talk about it.
So I did look. I looked. I was like, when I saw your tweets, man, I was like, man, what the hell happened? And I was like, well, Tatum, saying he played for Duke,
Nah,
just a bunch of Duke fans. And then I looked and I saw when he shot the three and the cheers. There was a lot of Celtics fans in them
a lot of
stands, bro.
Celtics fans in the building, bro. A lot of Celtics fans. It's just the nature of being Charlotte sports right now. As a Charlotte, it sucks. Like
But
none of the teams are really good.
but here's the thing. It's not like the same situation with the Panthers because the Hornets has been around since the 80s. It ain't like the Panthers with the 90s, right? So the Hornets has been around since the 80s. And the Hornets was good for a long period of time. Before they left, became the Bobcats, all that, came back as a Hornets, whole thing, right? So the Hornets had a pretty damn good run when they first got into the league. So, it's a generation long enough for them to have kids that could be Hornet fans. But, it hasn't been exactly it hasn't been great since the franchise
Last year it was solid. Last year going to the games, like it was packed. It was a lot of the mellow excitement was there. So it was a lot of fun going to games last year. This year, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on, bro. Like them dudes they just not good. They're just not good. And then Tatum comes in, drops 50, casual 51 too. Because I'm sitting here watching the game, and he just raining threes, Dave. He just raining threes,
MVP,
bro.
He's the MVP
Raining
of the
threes. Oh, I know that. I know the crowd told me, Dave. Trust me, the crowd told me.
Well,
he was
I'm
the
telling
damn
you,
MVP.
I'm telling you, as somebody who's watched, because now I started when the season starts, I'll watch a Celtic game or two when I'm home and I'm chilling and it's on. I'll just turn it because I get all the Celtics games. They show them all local here, so I can just watch the Celtics games here. Let me tell you something, bro. The guy's legit. He should be.
Yeah,
he should be.
Tatum's a
He
beast.
should be. Yeah, he should be the leader in MVP standings. Like if he
Tatum's
keeps this
that
up,
dude,
if he
bro.
stays healthy, there's no way he should not get MVP this year. So the Jokic streak might finally end.
I knew watching Tatum
Jokic got
back.
it 2 straight years. So.
I knew watching Tatum back in the Duke uniform, he was gonna be legit, bro. That dude he's a beast. Like, and he just watching that dude
I
today,
think,
it was
it
was magical, bro.
I think the Nets every year for giving us all those first round picks. Those first round picks got us Jaylen Brown. It got us Tatum. I think the Nets every year, bro, for taking Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett away from us. Got us mad picks. I think them every year. And I think the 76ers for not taking Tatum.
This is what we need right here. Melo and my boy right here, it'll be crazy. It'll be crazy.
Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, he nice. Yeah, hit the Googles, Dave. He nice, bro. Hit the Googles.
I'm not doubting it.
He's the truth, yo. Shout out to Austin. He says it's the new coach. He's the problem. Yeah, I believe it. And I haven't watched. I ain't gonna hold you. I haven't watched much Hornets basketball this year. I just know they've been trash. I watched a couple of games, but I know it ain't been looking too good. And they talking about tanking for your boy. Yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be dope. That would be dope. Let me see. Oh, real quick, Dave. We got on early enough. I want you to make your pick, Dave, for this Bucks Cowboys game. This is like the picking. You going with the Bucks? Yeah, going with. I think I'm going with the Bucks too, man. Anybody but the Cowboys, B. I can't stand the Cowboys.
No, I hate them both. No, let me be clear. I hate them both. Like this is torture for me.
It is pretty bad.
Nah, this is torture for me, but from my standpoint, nah, it's the Bucks. I mean, it's pretty simple for me. I don't, I don't, dog. Dallas don't know how to win playoff games,
Yeah,
and they're
and they
on the
looked
road.
terrible last week too.
They've looked terrible since Dak's been back, but nobody's really talked about it. They haven't looked good. They haven't looked good.
This
They've been winning
this is a
despite us behind.
this is a great way to summarize your boy, Dave.
Victor is a 7.2 KD with that is very monstrous, sir.
Yeah, he nice, bro. That dude nice, man.
Dude,
Yo,
you had me at KD and then you added Giannis, and I'm like,
yeah,
oh.
nah, he nice. Nah, he nice. He nice. He that dude. But
Yeah,
all right, yeah, I'm rolling with the Bucks, man.
Hampton basketball game. Yeah, it's the Bucks, man. Dude.
Yeah, we rolling with the Bucks.
And it's hard for me to like. I would love to see Tom Brady go home. So if I'm wrong, I wouldn't be angry. But at the same time, it's dude, it's Dallas, man. Yo, nothing excites me more to see a Twitter with angry Cowboys fans.
Right.
So, yeah.
I mean, how can they really be angry, man? They set themselves up for failure. We go into the chip every year, and then they end up right back in the sitting on the couch. But all right,
bro,
go ahead.
Like
go ahead,
it's just astonishing. And then in the grand scheme of things too, it doesn't matter. Whoever wins this game has to go to San Francisco on Saturday.
Well,
they got a short week, and they got to go to San Francisco on Saturday.
Yeah, San Francisco got a slow start because Seattle was hanging in there, and then
that's a division game, bro. I'm not gonna hold you, but that's a division game.
That's true.
I'm not gonna hold you.
You're right.
I'm not gonna hold you. There was no doubt that San Fran was gonna win. Like the only game that shocked me this weekend, well, it didn't really shock me because it's Kirk Cousins, but I thought Minnesota was gonna win that game at home. Bro.
Yeah, I agree with you too, man. But Vikings been kind of mid.
No, they ain't now because it's Kirk Cousins. But then Kirk Cousins reminded me who he was. He checked down on 4th and 8 and thought it was a really good idea. I don't know if you caught the end of that game.
No.
Did you catch the end of that game?
I did. Not which one? Which one?
The Vikings and Giants.
Oh no, not the Vikings and Giants. No, I missed that.
It was 4th and 8, pretty much for the game. We're talking like less than a minute to go in the game. No timeouts left. 4th and 8. He checks this shit down to the tight end with the defender literally right there waiting for him to check it down. Game over. Yeah. They don't get the first down. They kneel it out. Game over. Like he doesn't go for the first down. He said he didn't want to throw it to Justin Jefferson because he didn't feel like it was there. But you pass it to a tight end, that's covered. That isn't at the sticks. Like we're talking 5 yards away from the sticks. So check down Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, I watched the Chargers game, Jacksonville game. I watched that joint. It's a crazy game. That game was wild. Shout out to the Chargers, man. They on the right path. They're heading in the right direction.
I had no question that the Jaguars was going to come back. None.
Nah, I mean, you could tell the way that game was going, bro. Like it was.
It's the Chargers, bro.
Chargers. Yeah, it's terrible.
If Ron Rivera had a 27-0 lead, he wouldn't have lost that game. He wouldn't have. Y'all can't tell me otherwise. If John Fox would have had that lead, he wouldn't have lost that game.
Yeah, they would have ran.
They would have ran that ball because that's all he had to do.
Yeah.
They only ran the ball 6 times in the second half, Rashad.
That's terrible, bro.
They ran the ball 6 times with a 27-point lead. And you have Eckler. It ain't like you got a bum. You got the guy that led the league in TDs last season.
Yeah.
What?
No, I agree. Yeah, that was a terrible coaching job. And his name is going to come up later in the show when we talk.
He's not getting fired.
No. I'm just saying. I know I'm not saying he's getting fired. I'm just saying his name is going to come up because he's from a certain coordinator's tree that we're going to be looking to. We already talked to today. So we'll talk about that when we get there. But yeah, man. I just that game was pretty bad. That's really the only game I watched this weekend. I wasn't really at the house like that.
Bro, I will give you this. He probably would win by 3, but he wouldn't have lost that lead. That's my point. Because even if you just ran the ball and not get a first down, you give up. You pretty much, it's 3 minutes each possession. It's 3 minutes each possession, and then and then even then, the other team still has to score 4 times to take the lead back. And there were other things too, like the Chargers, they missed the field goal. There was other shit that happened too. But still, bro, like, that's inexcusable. You only scored 3 points in the second half, and you ran the ball 6 times. And you're no. Unacceptable.
Yep.
Let's keep rocking, right, man. Let's get into these games. Let's get into these coaches, man, because I got some
before we get into the coaches, we gotta talk Lamar real quick, because
Lamar
things ain't going too well for Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. So let's go ahead and talk Lamar Jackson for a hot second.
Okay.
Give me one second here. I was over here lollygagging.
No, that's all right, man. It's all right. I've been lollygagging all weekend, so it ain't a thing for me.
All right. Let's quickly talk Lamar Jackson, because right now things ain't looking up and up for Lamar Jackson and the Ravens as far as an extension goes. So Dave obviously didn't play due to he had an injury, but a lot of people are saying, oh, he didn't play because he didn't get a contract, blah, 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 blah. He was sick, didn't travel with the team. Couple other things. He's got that knee injury or whatever, PCL, whatever it is. But Dave, what's good with Lamar Jackson? Do you think he goes back to the Ravens? And if he does not go back to the Ravens, do you think the Carolina Panthers should make it happen and go get Lamar Jackson?
Hell yeah. Do I think he's going to end up in the Ravens? I think they're going to tag him. But I wouldn't be shocked if they make the decision to make it a non-exclusive tag. Normally, if they make it a non-exclusive tag, he can go out and negotiate a deal with any team he wants, but that team's going to have to be willing to give up 2 first-round picks to take him.
Yeah. So basically, the reason why Lamar has not signed with the Ravens is because they have not offered him a 5-year fully guaranteed deal. He wants a fully guaranteed deal, which is rightfully so. Quarterbacks, a lot of contracts nowadays are fully guaranteed. With injury, that's important. People, it's bigger than just getting the numbers. Like, he wants the numbers so that he can. Something happens to him, he gets injured, bro. He's good. And it's not just, oh, I'm getting a quarter of my contract. He wants every penny that contract is worth, and I don't blame him one bit for doing that. So the only other thing is that what I found out is that he's also representing himself. He's not working with the agent right now, which is another trend. Go ahead.
But you know what? So recently a Ravens player just got signed for like $100 million.
Yeah.
Roquan Smith, I think his name is.
Smith,
you know what the beauty of him is? He doesn't have an agent either.
Yeah.
That ain't the reason. Like, 'cause I think a lot of folks have been saying that, but that got axed as soon as we saw that Roquan Smith got his deal done. So
I think it's a bit different. It's a little different. You're talking about a lot more money.
But my point is, I think that was appreciate the super chat. I was going to hit it. That was the reasoning of why folks didn't think that deal got done in the past. No, it is not.
Right.
It's about the money. It's a lot more money. It's about what Lamar's asking for, and it's about the fact that owner of Baltimore has no interest in giving him a fully guaranteed deal.
Yeah.
That's as simple as that. Because he was furious when Deshaun Watson got it. The owner votes. The owner was very vocal when Watson got that deal. And in some ways, I understand his perspective, because for him, it's like, just because the Browns was dumb doesn't mean that I should be dumb about it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you should have just signed the man because you had the opportunity to do so. And it wouldn't have cost you as much. So I think Lamar, I don't know if Lamar is going to cave. And I think there was an expectation, and it's not going to happen. Even with the injuries, he's not caving.
Yeah, and I think that the Ravens look at it as if they can win with any. It's not Lamar that's doing the winning, and obviously you saw. You saw it. You've been seeing. I think
it's not even just this week either. It's
Yeah,
not this
it's
weekend
not. No,
either.
no, it's not just this week. It's not just this week. I'm just telling you from the Ravens, not what I think. What I think the Ravens think. The Ravens feel like they can get anybody back there because they play solid defense and they have this system where they can just run the damn ball. They can put anybody back there, which is not. I don't believe that's the case either. I think Lamar is legit, and I think Lamar should definitely get that fully guaranteed contract wherever he decides to sign, whether it be here or wherever. Somebody's got to get this man his money. He's a former MVP and it should be treated like one. He should be paid like one too. You know what I mean? So that's just my opinion. I do think the Panthers, if he happens to hit the free market, I think we should go after him. I think you should. But I don't know what it's going to take. First round, second round, couple first round picks, whatever. But he's gonna have better weapons he's ever had under Baltimore. Because like I said earlier in the chat, he ain't got nobody other than his tight ends. He loves his tight ends, and I feel like that scheme makes. I mean, how many great tight ends have come through the door of the Ravens, bro? They've got a lot of good tight ends that come through that system, bro. So I'm not sure if it's just the talent or it's the system that concentrated effort to get the football to the tight ends,
Well, I
or is it
mean,
Lamar? I don't
Greg
know.
Roman, right? Greg
Right,
Roman
Roman.
wasn't.
Yep.
Yeah, it's Greg Roman. Didn't he? Wasn't he with Kaepernick too, if I remember correctly?
Yeah, I think he had Vernon Davis out there.
He had Davis. He had Vernon Davis. He had Kittle too, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Might have had
I don't know
Kittle
if he
for a
had
little
Kittle. I'm
stint.
not sure.
But he definitely had Vernon Davis. But yeah, so
But
I mean,
that tight end thing is real, bro. Like they make some good tight ends, and I'm not sure. Like I said, if it's Roman, the coaching, Lamar, whatever the case may be, they have really good tight ends, but they don't have any wide receiver threats. Like it's a wrap. So he should be good with that here.
all right. Appreciate the super chat, Helen Keller's dog. I love and hate to have Lamar here. He's a game changer at QB, but not the cap hit. But that cap hit is going to be brutal. I'm a he, not a she. Gotcha, bro. Appreciate the super chat. Appreciate the super chat.
Yeah, I mean the
But
cap
nah,
hit is the cap hit. I mean you're gonna have to find another way to build a team. Like I think that it has to be, you've got to figure out how you're gonna build a team. Because whether it's gonna be around a superstar quarterback, where you build and you kind of let the high end guys walk, so you can save on the cap space and give it to your quarterback, or you go with the young guy. It can be done multiple ways.
folks in the super chat are saying that the Falcons might be an option. He might go to Atlanta, so that alone gives us reason to go after
Atlanta
his
has a
ass.
bag. Atlanta has the money. They have a lot of cap space.
And they
Atlanta
were
has
trying to
a
get
ton of
Watson the
cap
last
space.
time, so like keep that in mind. But we were too. Remember why we didn't? Remember part of the reason why he didn't pick Carolina was because we weren't willing to give him a fully guaranteed deal. But
Right.
I think that Tepper might be more willing with this situation because there was a distinct difference between Watson and him. A very distinct difference. The circumstance was a little bit different between the two players. Just a little bit. I think you guys can figure out what I'm talking about. Just a tad.
And I think listen, he has to want to go there too. He has to want to come here.
Yep.
If he gets that opportunity, and I'm sure if he gets traded, he's still going to be able to choose his destination. He's going to have a say, right? Whatever the case may be,
Well,
Lamar's going to want to go there.
the thing is, there's two things, right? Because there's a part of me that thinks that the Ravens might actually let him walk, but there's also a part of me that tells me that the Ravens don't want to let him walk without anything.
Yeah,
So
that's the thing. Yeah.
So for the Ravens without anything means they're at least gonna put him as a non-exclusive tag, and if they do that, then that means the Ravens might negotiate down from the 2 first-round picks, but then at that point, Lamar can potentially go and pick where he wants to go. If a team's willing to give up the 2 first-round picks, do you think Tepper's willing to give up 2 first-round picks?
I think
That's
so.
the question of the day.
I think it's
so?
a no-brainer. I think it's a no-brainer at that point. To me,
No, I mean
I think it's a
I get
no-brainer.
it.
You got 2 second-round picks, and if I give up 2
2
first-round
first-round
picks, and that's
picks.
it. No, I'm saying you have 2 second-round picks this year. You're fine. You're good. It's not like you're gonna be hurting. You essentially use that first-round pick to get Lamar Jackson. Okay, next year's pick. So what? Next year's first-round pick. Who cares? You got an MVP, bro. Things can shake at that point. So I could care less.
So then the question becomes, all right, so are you willing to pay this man? He's probably demanding $250 million fully guaranteed.
Pay him.
Okay.
You can make it shake. Pay him.
Okay.
He would.
I'm asking the question.
He would be the best quarterback in the South and completely flip what the hell's going on in Carolina right now. Bring him.
Yeah.
This is
Lamar
not.
there.
This is not. This is not Sam Darnold. This is not Baker Mayfield. This is not Teddy Bridgewater. This is not any of that, bro. You talking about a former MVP, bro. He's got it.
All right.
I'm with it.
So now,
Pay
so
it.
now, so
Whatever
now,
it takes.
so now we trade, we get Lamar Jackson. So now I have some very important questions for you, and these are very critical questions that must be addressed because I understand the landscape of how things work in the National Football League when it comes to certain things in society. So who will be his two backups? I think one of them will be PJ Walker. So who will be the next one? Yeah, we got to have another one.
Shit?
No, we got to have two.
Shit?
We got to have
PJ Corral. Let's move on. Problem solved.
Nah, I don't think it'll be Corral.
I think it would be. He's there. Why not?
Nah.
Who gives a damn? Pick up a guy.
Nah. I remember when Cam was the starter here, and I remember whenever he had a bad game, they would try to go get. I have my theory about.
What is your point, Dave?
I have a theory about the black. I have a theory about the black quarterback. You got to have two backups that are black too. Otherwise, they're going to be asking for the backup every single week when they have a bad day. And that was proven when Cam was here. Every single time Cam had a bad day, they would ask for Derek Anderson, even when it wasn't really warranted.
I can't. Right. I can't get with that. I can't get with that, Dave.
You don't have to.
I will say,
you don't have to. You don't have to.
I was.
You don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to. Baltimore. They did it in Baltimore, so that's why RG3 was in there in the league as long as he was. That was why he was there. He backed up Lamar for years for that reason. Before they got Tyler Huntley and the other guy that they had. So, all right, we can move on to the next guy. With the next topic. But I would love for them to get Lamar. I would love for them to get Lamar. Because I would love for them to get Lamar. I'm concerned about his injury history at this point, but you're going to have that problem. You're going to have that issue regardless. I mean, we just had quarterbacks on our roster that couldn't stay healthy as it is. So it is what it is at this point from my standpoint. Like, we had Sam Darnold that's never had a full season that was healthy. Baker couldn't stay healthy here. Teddy couldn't stay healthy here. It is what it is at this point from my eyes. So we'll see. We'll see. All right. But it doesn't, in the grand scheme of things, until we figure out who the coach is.
Yeah. So, and I got questions. Let's go ahead and move into these coaches real quick. Before we get into that, man, make sure you follow us on the socials at Panther Nation PC, all that good stuff. Patreon.com/Panther Nation PC to support us even further. Shout out to MVP. He's got an MVP giveaway coming up probably next week. I got to dig in the crate, see what I can find. So rock with us. Since there's no more tickets going on, that means I got to dig in the crates for some jerseys. So I'll give away some jerseys next week. And let's see, franchise.
We got to do an uncensored at some point too.
Yeah, shout out to the franchise folk. And shout out to the free agents, man. We appreciate y'all support. Love y'all. Wouldn't be here without y'all, man. So we greatly appreciate y'all support every month. All right. Really quick, Dave. Underdog Fantasy. Let me roll this real quick.
What's going on, guys? This is Dave from PNP, and I'm here to talk to you about Underdog Fantasy. I just want to remind you that's the easiest place to play. There ain't too many places where you can win 20 times your money in the same night, utilizing higher lowers in the Pick'em game. And now they have Pick'em Insurance, where while you won't win the same amount of money that you did before, you can miss one and still bring home some money. So if you do it 3 times, you could potentially still get your money back if you end up missing one. Go to UnderdogFantasy.com and sign up today and use the code PNP when you do. And the $100 deposit match still stands. Underdog Fantasy. Best ball, playoff best ball. So last week, prior to wild card weekend starting, they had best ball. They had the playoff best balls. They're doing another set of playoff best balls for the remaining teams. Okay, so the way best ball works is this: you're gonna draft your team based on the remaining 8 teams that are left. All right, you draft your squad. You advance each week. So if you win your pool, you advance the following week, and you go on with the remaining players on that team. You draft a quarterback, a running back, 2 wide receiver, tight end, flex, and a flex player, which can be a running back, wide receiver, or a tight end. And then you have 5 bench players, which could be any positions that you want to have as backups. They'll take the best scores you can based on the combination of a lineup. And if you win your pool, you advance to the following week. And they have some best ball tournaments that is a $25 entry fee, and there's some that's only $5, which is called the mitten. So some people are probably going to wait until after the Dallas-Tampa game to figure out who's going to win, unless you believe that Tampa's going to win, and you can kind of have some level of leverage right now and draft right now. And if Tampa wins, people might be thinking Dallas is going to win, then you'll have some level of advantage in that pool, because that's the pool you're going to be in for the qualifying round. So if you don't have an Underdog Fantasy account yet, use the code PNP. It really helps the channel when you sign up. Underdog Fantasy.
All right, let's move into these coaching candidates. Okay, Dave, we gotta go back to it real quick. Let's address these super chats before we get in here real quick.
Yep.
Corral ain't it? Still young, but showed some prom. Showed.
And I want Corral to stay. I think he deserves an opportunity, but I just don't see it happening depending on which coach we get. He's going to get Jimmy Clausen.
Another one, Dakota says, if we get Lamar, hard to pay Burns. I think they can make it happen.
They can make it happen.
I agree with what I see where you're going, but they can make it work. They can make it work.
Because they can void years at the end too, can't they?
Yeah, there's a lot they can.
Up to 5
years. Up to 5 years. Depends how long the contract is. All right. So Sean Payton, we have received permission to interview Sean Payton, and Sean Payton went on Colin Cowherd and talked about the process and what's going to happen. But before we get to that, let's quickly go over his resume. Obviously, he's currently unemployed, working as a newscaster or broadcaster, whatever, color analyst, whatever you want to call it. He won a Super Bowl with the Saints. 15 years experience as head coach, 3 years experience as offensive coordinator, 3 years experience at quarterback coach, 2006 coach of the year, and a 63% win percentage. Dave, former head coach of the New Orleans Saints. And obviously, if you don't know, the New Orleans Saints still own the rights to his contract until through 2024. With that said, any deal must go through the New Orleans Saints to acquire said Sean Payton. So, of course, the Saints are going to be open to us talking to Sean Payton because they want to gut us. What better way to gut the Carolina Panthers than asking for a first-round pick or whatever the case may be, according to Sean Payton.
Like that's all they want.
Yeah, according to Sean Payton, he said they need a mid to late first round. A mid to late first-round pick is what it would take to get Sean Payton. That's what the Saints are quote-unquote asking for. Don't know. I'm sure the asking price would be a bit higher for the Carolina Panthers. Just the hunch. But, Dave, if that's the case, what are you thinking, man? What are you thinking?
I have a question for you before I answer this question.
Sure.
Why do we revere Sean Payton and not Revere, excuse me. Why do we revere Sean Payton and not Mike McCarthy?
Mike McCarthy, Sean Payton.
They're pretty much the same guy when you sit down and think about it. They've both won one Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They've both won the division They've won their divisions numerous times. They're both offensive guys. They both had Hall of Fame quarterbacks throughout their entire tenure. The only difference is one got fired and the other one kept their job. And I think part of the reason why one got fired was because of the fact that he was in Green Bay versus New Orleans, and Green Bay is known to winning a lot, and New Orleans was known to being a dumpster of a franchise, which is why they weren't going to push Payton out. So I'm just wondering why. I'm just curious. I'm just asking the question.
I think the reason why, especially for Panthers fans, is because we've been getting our ass kicked by Sean Payton for so long, and it's so close to us that I think that.
But it's not just Panthers fans. Let me be clear. It's not just Panthers fans.
I'm just talking about Panthers fans.
No. But I just want to be clear. It's not just Panthers fans. A lot of folks revere Sean Payton much higher than Mike McCarthy. But when you sit down and look at the grand scheme of it, they both got the same amount of Super Bowls. And I gotta know, I didn't go back and check, but when you talk about how many NFC Championship games each one's have been in, McCarthy might have been in more. But I gotta go back and double check. McCarthy might have been in more. So
That's something we could look up right now. Hold on.
Yeah, I know. I just haven't checked,
Hey,
but
hey,
it's just something.
hit the super chats real quick, Dave. While I'll look that up.
All
Can you
right,
hit the
let me
super
see.
chats?
Yeah, I'm gonna double check.
I had one up.
Why isn't character an issue with coaches? Because it's never an issue with coaches, bro. It's never an issue with coaches. Never. Appreciate the super chat, Willie. Geek Pride. I think they're on Johnson. This is just for Fangio. Appreciate the super chat, the game guy. Appreciate the $5 super chat. Make sure I got. I don't think I missed anyone. All right, nope. I think we're good there. Nah, I just, you know, I'm just wondering because, like, it just popped up in my head prior to the show. Like, I was just wondering, like, they both, and I understand Peyton's in our division, and I'm not trying to knock Peyton. I think Peyton's a hell of a coach. I'm just wondering why. I'm just trying to understand why. All right, so he's been to more Super Bowls than
4. Yeah, he's been to four NFC NFC Championship games, won 1.
All right.
So that's McCarthy. Let me just look up Sean Payton real quick.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Dave. I didn't even think about that, to be honest with you.
It's just things that I wonder because, and it's not a knock on Peyton. I think he's a hell of a coach. I think if you ask me who would I rather have, I'm probably going to say Peyton. But I just wonder why.
It's three NFC Championship games for Sean Payton. So McCarthy
and he's only been to one
to
Super Bowl, right? He's only been to one.
Yes,
Super Bowl,
both only been to no. So one Super Bowl, yeah, one Super Bowl.
Yeah,
correct.
Okay. No, it's just I just wonder.
It's valid.
We could talk about whose offense is better and what. I mean, but I'm just talking about, we're talking about results. Like, if we're talking about having results, if we're going to have discussions about results, one coach's been to 4 NFC Championship games, another one's been to 3. They've both won Super Bowls the times that they got there. That's my point. That's all. You know? And the jury's out on McCarthy right now, right? They've both been playing with great quarterbacks. They've been playing with quarterbacks their entire career. You know?
So MTL says the Sean Payton interview feels like an excuse to push Wilkes as the third best candidate to create distance between the number one candidate. Yeah, I don't know, but hold that thought though. Hold that thought because I'd have a theory. Well, not really a theory, just an observation. But hold that thought for a quick second.
I already got my
hold that thought. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Dave, so any more thoughts on Sean Payton? Here we go. Another super chat real quick. Red Boy says, can y'all explain the logic behind us interviewing? So this is
we're gonna get
this
to
kind
that.
of hold this thought because this kind of gets to it. Hold that thought. Red Boy, you read in my mind. So this is hold this thought. We're gonna get to that. We'll address it. But any more thoughts on Sean Payton? Real quick, Dave, because the question is if
Tepper wants a splash higher, bro. If and this is the splashiest of the splash. If he can get Payton, he's gonna try. Bottom line. But Peyton's gonna pick where he wants to go, and Peyton's gonna have to want to go to Carolina. Him and Mickey Loomis are tight.
I mean, if you take a look at what he said, and that if you kind of read between the lines in that interview, I don't think he has a problem coming here. I think that
there's other options ahead of it.
Go ahead.
No, I think there's just other options ahead of it, right? Like I think if the Chargers would have opened up, I think that's ahead of us. If the Cowboys open up, I think that's ahead of us. You know what I'm saying? But, right now, neither one of those don't appear to are opening up. But we'll see after tonight. But also it comes down to how much are we willing to give up to do it.
Yeah, and so then you talk about potentially getting Lamar Jackson if he becomes available, Sean Payton. All the picks are damn near gone at that point. You don't have no first rounders. So all of this kind of it's got to fall together. And I don't know I never was sold on Sean Payton coming to Carolina. First, I just feel like why give that much up? I think there's the upside is not that great to me. Like, of course, he knows the Saints, he knows that personnel, he's been in the division, knows what it's like. But why not? I just don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know,
The
man.
better question I have is, how long do you expect him to be there?
That's a whole nother question. I don't know. That's a great question.
I'm just, I'm here to make you guys wonder a bit, because this is the hire that if Tepper could make it happen, I think he would push it. But I think Tepper will actually listen to the people around him, and the people around him says it might be a bad idea to give up so many assets. Then I think he won't do it. But
so real quick, let me in the chat, because I see a lot of people saying no. Why? In the chat, tell me why no to Peyton. Give me a why. Don't just say I don't want him. Give me a reason why. I'm gonna highlight some of those. Why do you not want Sean Payton here in Carolina? Give me a why.
It comes down to the picks.
If it's the pick, say that. Let's just say that. I want to know why. I just want to get the vibes from the chat as to why. Just give me a why. Bounty Gate, okay. Bounty Gate was under his watch. That's compensation, fair. Okay. Picks, cap space. There ain't really nothing to do with cap space. There is no cap for coaches. But giving away a first round, you're right. Don't want to give up the first round pick to the Saints. Okay, the picks, too expensive. Expensive don't really matter because expensive is if you're speaking picks wise, and you're right. Yes, then it'd be too expensive.
Yeah, picks. You got to be talking picks because there's no salary cap for coaches. So
no salary cap for coaches. So if you were mentioning picks, then you're right. And then Jared says, I take Payton just not for a first. It's his face. Hey, I remember some people saying this man got a slappable face. All right. Okay. All right. Trading picks is to a rival. Okay, fair enough. Okay. All right. I just want to make sure. That was it. But Bounty Gate, that's valid. All right, let's move on to the next head coach candidate that we spoke to. Ejiro Evero, Dave.
You don't want me to say what I want. You don't want me to say what I want to say, man.
You can pod. Just let me introduce him, then you can pod. 42-year-old defensive coordinator from the Denver Broncos, Super Bowl champion, I believe, with the Rams, I want to say.
Yes.
I think it was secondary coach with the Rams.
Yep.
First, he's got 1 year experience, defensive coordinator, 1 year experience as secondary coach, 4 years experience as safeties coach, 5 years experience as defensive assistant, and 4 years experience as a college coach. Dave Pod.
Rooney Rule. They got to have 2 external candidates, guys. And they don't want to wait for the D'Amico Ryans. And y'all can say how you want to. Y'all can feel how you want to feel about the situation, but that's the reality of it. I mean, this is Rooney Rule, which sucks, by the way, because I think this guy has qualifications compared to some of the other people I've been seeing. Compared to some of these other resumes, no. Let me be clear. He's qualified to be a head coach based on some of the other resumes that I've been seeing in these streets. He's qualified. I'm going off some of the other guys who've gotten head coaches, everything else across the board. Based on this, he is qualified to be a head coach. He has more credentials than Ben Johnson, your number 1 guy. A lot of folks' number 1 guy. He's got more credentials than him.
It's kind of true, yeah.
If keep it a buck. Let's just keep it.
The only thing. Okay,
he's a defensive guy. That's the only thing. He's a defensive guy. That's the only thing
for me.
But from a qualification, but a lot of folks want an offensive guy. But from a credential standpoint, for what he's done, he's kind of covered it across the board. On the defensive side, has more years, got a ring, worked with better coaches. Like, yeah. Yeah. So, but I know why they brought him in here. Like, we know why he's there. It's unfortunate, but we know why he's there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, right. And he was a coordinator. Your boy Ben ain't been a coordinator. Like, he's not a coordinator. So, I'm just, I'm just keeping it a buck. It sucks. I hate, this is one of my beefs with the Rooney Rule, too. Because this guy got credentials. They shouldn't have taken a Rooney Rule to get him through the gate. They should have already said we should interview this guy off the merit of this. Like this alone, it should be enough. It shouldn't be a requirement.
Just a correction, Dave. Ben Johnson is the OC for the
my bad.
the Lions.
I apologize.
The Brian Johnson is the quarterback. That's the quarterback coach you're thinking about. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My bad.
Ben Johnson is the OC. Just for clarification. All good.
No, but believe you me, bro. Believe you me, man. They all don't. Some of them say no because they do know. You know, because remember, D'Amico knew. D'Amico, it was a logistics thing, but the other teams are figuring it out. The ones that he wants to interview with, they're figuring it out. D'Amico's going to pick where he wants to interview with because he wants to make sure it's serious people. It's teams that are serious about him. I can't knock him for that. And then Caldwell was out here going to these interviews, and then once he started realizing they weren't for head coaching jobs, he pretty much said straight up, if it ain't for a head coaching job, don't call me.
Yeah, so Dave, you kind of touched on something I was going to talk about because Gerard Mayo also declined to interview with the Carolina Panthers, probably due to that fact of being a Rooney Rule situation.
I think it's two reasons why. Okay. There's talks that he might have been promised the head coaching job once Bill Belichick retires. That's the speculation right now in New England. So if that's the case, I don't blame him. Okay. But initially, when it was reported that he declined it, that's the first thing I thought. But then, because truth be told, he's a lot of people was impressed with Gerard Mayo last year in the hiring cycle. So, but when you talk about the fact that he doesn't have the credentials, part of the reason why is because the defensive coordinator in New England right now is Bill Belichick's son. So, you know, he's not going to exactly get the opportunity to be a defensive coordinator in New England right now, as long as Bill Belichick's the coach. So, but, you know, if they promised him that he might potentially become the next head coach in New England, by all means, I don't blame him one bit. And I'll be happy for him if he does get it. So, good for him. But we'll see. We'll see, because, I mean, Bill's coming back next year. He already said that at the end of his presser, so.
Yeah, and also D'Amico Ryans also, I think he backed out due to schedule conflict. So which begs the question, Dave, are we going to wait for these guys?
No. The guy they want is on Wednesday. In my eyes.
And who was that?
Ben Johnson.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, and I'm hearing that too. I'm hearing the word on the street is that Ben Johnson is the guy that Tepper wants, and I don't know if that's going to be who we take, but I kind of agree with it, and I actually see that. And the game guy says I can see black coaches starting to deny, and yeah, of course, because you don't want to be a token. Now, I think there's a balance. Okay, we shouldn't say everybody should, because I don't think you should just deny just to deny. In some cases, yes, you should. But in cases like Ichiro, he should absolutely interview, bro. He's on the precipice of potentially landing something somewhere. So if I was him, even if it was just for experience, and I know I'm not getting a job, at least get me out there. I know maybe in a couple years, I might be in position to land something. So I'm not saying it should. Some dudes, yes, need to be like, nah, I'm not F that. You wasted my time. But bro, he's close. So I would do it. Personally,
I think I agree that there's a balance to it, but as somebody that that's in management, that's been through that whole ordeal and dealing with the microaggressions and all that hoopla, there comes a point where when you start interviewing for jobs and interviewing for positions, you don't want to waste your time. You know, I understand that the organization wants to show that they're trying to be more diverse in certain positions, but just don't waste my time. Like, if you already got somebody in mind, I'd rather sit my ass home. Don't have me throw on a suit, walk around work. People ask me, you here for an interview, knowing that I ain't got a shot to get this job. Just don't waste. That's just my opinion on it. I mean, some people say, well, it's good for the experience. Yeah, maybe for the first shot or two, but after that, No, don't waste my time. And like right now, I feel for Jim Caldwell because I know he wants to be a head coach again, and he should be a head coach. At this point, they're wasting that man's time, in my opinion. None of them is going to hire him. None of them. Which sucks because I think he should be a head coach. But, I don't think he's going to get a fair shake. But the dude's got the credentials, bro. He should be a head coach at some point. And I hope he has a really good interview. And I hope folks hear about how great of an interview he gets and he gets an opportunity. I mean, that's how Mike Tomlin got his job. That's how he got his job. The other candidates half-stepped, and Tomlin took him out because they didn't see him coming. And it was just a matter of, there was a big shot that they picked him. And he he hasn't had a losing season since he's been the coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, Eric Bieniemy got an opportunity, which was good, but we know who's getting the job in the Colts. I think we already know who's getting that job. You know who's getting that job, Rashad?
I don't know who's getting that job.
Jeff Saturday's getting that job. Jeff Saturday's getting that job. So, I can go ahead and have fun with that one. So, I mean...
So, Derek 90 says, no Leftwich, no Eric Bieniemy. Nah, I think the Leftwich thing is kind of...
Well, Leftwich is coaching right now. They're not going to wait.
But I even think just his stock has kind of took a hit here recently. Just seeing what Tampa's been doing this year. I'm not saying we shouldn't. I think he deserves an opportunity as well. But I just think the way the season went for the Bucs, he could have strike while the iron was hot last year.
Mm-hmm. And him not taking that Jacksonville job might have been it, bro.
Yeah,
that might have been it.
And Eric Bieniemy, that ship is I don't think he's gonna get a job. He might just be waiting for the Chiefs job or something. Maybe Andy Reid told him something, but I don't think that he's leaving up under Reid. So I don't know, bro. But all right. Any more on the head coaches, Dave?
Yo, the more I keep looking at this resume, I'm like, bro, this dude's got some pretty.
Yeah, he's got a good. What I like about him though, he came up the right way, bro. Like if you look at his Wikipedia, like he started as a quality coach, assistant, position coach, coordinator. Like he literally paid his dues, bro. Like you can't argue with the way he's progressed. So and he's not
like he's had any slouch defenses.
That's what I'm saying. I was just about to say that. That Denver defense
was good.
Solid.
It cost me a fantasy championship this year, but it was pretty good. Other than that week.
So I think this guy definitely deserves to interview, and I think he should be interviewing, no matter Rooney Rule or not. He should be interviewed because maybe you never know what's going to happen. He could impress somebody, and then he may get the job, just like a Tomlin situation. You never know. So if I was him, I would interview personally. Caldwell, maybe not so much. I wouldn't. If I was Caldwell, I wouldn't be interviewing for nowhere. Bro, I already know what it is. But
he said this was going to be his last cycle. So he said,
all right, let's move on, Dave. Let's move on to the defensive coordinators because I didn't do a profile for them. I didn't do a profile for them because number one, I didn't have time. I did not have time. But Dave, answer. It came up early. Shout out to Red Boy in his super chat.
Mm-hmm.
Dave, why are we interviewing coordinators right now? And we don't have a head coach.
I'll answer the question by asking you a question. Do you think Wilkes can get the job without Al Holcomb being the defensive coordinator?
So Wilkes has been, or Al Holcomb has been his coordinator. That's his guy, right?
I believe he was the coordinator when he was in Arizona too, if I recall correctly.
I believe so, yeah. I want to say he was.
Yes, and he was the coordinator here. So I'll ask you again. Do you see Wilkes having somebody else other than Al Holcomb as his defensive coordinator? If the answer is yes, you don't?
I don't.
If the answer is yes, then I'm not worried as much. If the answer is no, that means Wilkes is not getting this job. It's over. Wilkes is not getting this job.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, to me the writing is on the wall, bro. I don't know that. Damn, Brady, bro, I just saw the Brady pick.
Was it a
Um,
pick six? I haven't. I can't. I mean, I'm
no,
not.
no, no, no,
I'm
no,
still watching the A&T Hampton game, even though it's pretty much over.
no.
A&T's up by 17. So,
Nah, it's Brady still picking a red zone, picking the end zone.
ooh,
Um,
that's bad.
but
Oof.
yes, it was nasty. That was a nasty throw. But yeah, to me, bro, I think the writing is on the wall for Wilkes. I don't think Wilkes is getting his job personally. To me, now that you're interviewing coordinators before, like
Before
I
you
don't see
pick
it.
the coach,
Yeah, I don't.
that's the
First,
problem I got. See,
doesn't make sense to me, bro.
that's the beef
Yeah,
I have, man. And this is
doesn't make
why
sense.
in the slide before, that's why I said Rooney Rule from the gate. That's why I said Rooney Rule. That's why they want to get this shit out the way before Ben Johnson shows up on Wednesday. Rooney Rule. They out here bringing out coordinators, bro. Like this is why when I said when people of color make the decision to not show up to these interviews, this is why. Because it's a waste of time. I agree that the last brother should, but this is why. You out here interviewing coordinators before you even picked the head coach yet. Unless you've already picked them, which has happened in the past.
Which it could be already, it could be bagged up.
It's
And
already
maybe
done.
because I don't, it doesn't make sense for you to pick, because the head coach needs to have some sort of uh chemistry, or at least they have to have some conversations. You can't pick a coordinator before you pick a head coach. It doesn't make sense. I don't understand. To me, that doesn't make sense. I don't know. Or this is true. That's another look at it too, Dave. And which was going to your first point about, do you think he can have another coordinator outside of Al Holcomb? Because Al
Supposedly Al
Holcomb did
Holcomb,
get permission. Yeah, he's
he
go
interviewed with
ahead.
the Falcons, right?
Yeah, he interviewed with the Falcons. Yep.
So,
But that day, if he gets that job though, that will give us some picks.
yep, it will.
That will give us picks.
Will it?
Yeah, I don't think you have to be a head coach.
But he won't get the head coaching job.
You don't have to
He's
be head
already,
coach.
but he was an interim defensive coordinator.
Exactly. It's a promotion.
Oh, so he would, if he gets the DC job, we would get picks. Yes,
That's a
that is
promotion.
correct.
Yeah.
That is a
It's
promotion. For him.
And same with Wilkes. Wilkes isn't getting any
He ain't
he
getting
isn't
no
getting
interviews. I wonder
interviews.
why.
Yeah.
I wonder why. He ain't even getting a Rooney Rule interview. I wonder why. I wonder why, Rashad. I wonder why nobody's inviting him to an interview. Because they definitely don't want to risk it being just a Rooney Rule interview. I wonder why. Why do you think, Rashad?
I don't know.
The lawsuit, Rashad.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The lawsuit,
You're right.
Rashad.
You're right. I forgot about that.
You think they want to risk having him, of all people, be a Rooney Rule interview?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, they're not. No.
You're right.
They've already scratched Steve Wilkes off the list of the person of color to bring in for a head coaching job.
Dave.
I'm here to help you guys to teach y'all how this shit works, because I think you guys
right now.
you guys don't understand how this thing works, man.
I'm just
here.
Now, yo.
I'm just here to help y'all, because y'all, you know what I'm saying. Now, technically, theoretically, if Wilkes leaves to be a DC, we should get a pick too if he's still on staff. Technically, because he was the interim. Technically,
he was the
secondary coach.
Yeah.
He was the secondary coach when he was.
Yeah.
So technically, yeah.
Yeah.
I just explained this to you, bro. But
Dave,
thank you for the
want
super
you
chat.
to pie, yo.
I just explained to you why. That lawsuit, bro. That lawsuit, man.
Yeah. So Dave, let's talk about these defensive coordinators, because they got Vic Fangio up here, and I don't know who the head coach is gonna be, but I would absolutely love for Vic Fangio to be our defensive coordinator. I don't give a damn who the coach is. Boy, if we can land Vic Fangio as our defensive coordinator, bro, it's gonna be some problems. Okay, it's gonna be some problems. I think this is the best interview. Like, bro, give me Vic pause all day, all pause, bro. But yo, this dude, his defenses are legit, bro.
Oh yeah,
His
Vic can coach
defenses are
defenses,
legit.
bro.
He can coach. He can coach. He ain't a good head coach. A good head coach. But he's a damn good defensive coordinator. He
I
and
mean, that
so
man
this is
never had a quarterback. In his defense, that man never had a quarterback. He a better head coach than Hackett. I can tell you that. He would have got more wins than Hackett this year. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that.
If this happened right here, man, yo, I might shed a tear, dog. If this happened right here, I might cry.
That'd be
real talk.
Yeah, but
I might cry,
bro.
Vic's defense
I'm
is
not
a
gonna
3-4. It's a 3-4, but
good coaches can adjust. He can do.
He adjusts. He does 4-3. He can
4-3.
adjust. He gives like different looks, and he's a cover 2 guy, so your safety's got to be real good.
I mean, you know what we need to do.
He's a really good. Yeah, we have to get some better. We got to get some better safeties, bro. Look at the safeties he's had. Look at the safeties he's worked with. Justin Simmons, like he's had some really good safeties, bro. So like that system is predicated upon good safety play. But yeah, man, I think he would have Burns looking like well, Burns already been looking like a beast, but I think he would put Burns in the best position to succeed. I think Derek Brown would feast in his defense. I think we got some pieces, bro. I think we got some pieces to make it work for sure.
Nah, I would be cool if Vic Fangio's the DC. You ain't getting no qualms. You're not going to get no argument from me in regards to that.
Damn, the Bucks about to get their ass kicked.
Yeah, I'm looking. Yo, man, if Brady gets blown out, man. I mean, but look, if they don't blow them out early, if you keep this thing within 2 possessions in the fourth quarter, Brady can win. So you mess around, man.
We know. Trust me.
Yeah,
we know.
You mess around and find out they still in Tampa. Y'all play around with them y'all want.
You better put the Bucks under, bro.
You better bury them.
Let me see if they about to score.
Nah, but I'm cool with Vic, man. I like Vic fans. He's a hell of a defensive coordinator. You ain't gonna get no argument out of me.
Yeah, give me Vic. Give me Vic Fangio all day long. Pause, bro. Vic is a problem. His defenses are a problem, bro. But Dave, we also interviewed Saints secondary coach Chris Richard. This is somebody else who is I think he was with the Cowboys for a little bit too. What any thoughts on Chris Richard, Dave? He's a co-defensive coordinator right now for the Saints. Defensive back coach for the Saints. Defensive back coach for the Cowboys.
Co-defensive coordinator. Who's the other one?
Hell if I know. He was.
Is it Dennis Allen?
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know Saints head coaching staff like that. He was also the Seahawks defensive coordinator from 2015 2017. So that's interesting. So he does have he does have coordinator experience.
Here's a super chat here. A reputable writer from the Texas Beat mentioned Fangio being a pair with Ben Johnson last week, so I don't think Vic is exclusive to Sean Payton. No, I think it could happen with Ben Johnson.
This was brought up. Yeah, this was brought up with that Vic was paired with Payton. That was something that was talked about. So
yeah, that's a thing too.
Yeah,
Vic could be paired up with Harbaugh, but Harbaugh's staying in Michigan now, so that's a moot point. We ain't got to talk about that.
Yeah, Harbaugh's staying in Michigan. He's done here.
Yeah.
Done with the NFL stuff.
Yeah, we don't.
And the other kid from the Jets, he's not a kid, that's a grown ass man. What's his name? What's his name?
Manuel something.
Marquand Manuel. Marquand Manuel was his name. Any thoughts on him, Dave? From the Jets?
Jets got phenomenal defense, man. I could say that. Wouldn't be mad at it one bit. Huh?
He's a former player.
Yep. Wouldn't be mad at it one bit. That being said, any connections to any of the other coaches?
I do not know that, but he was the defensive back coach for the Eagles in 2020. He was the defensive coordinator.
That's the Stetson guy,
He
right?
was a oh, they didn't get that. He was a defensive coordinator from the for the Atlanta Falcons 2017 2018. Secondary coach for them as well for 2 years, and then so he's a secondary guy.
Yo, when did Dan Quinn get fired?
I think that was a year. Let me
Oh
see,
wow. So tread
2017.
lightly, man. But
Yeah,
we ain't brought in Dan Quinn yet, have we? No, we haven't brought in
I,
Dan Quinn yet.
no, I'm good. I'm good on that.
I didn't say
You was leaning that way.
no.
You was
I didn't
you
say
was
I wanted him.
insinuating.
I just asked the question, did we bring him in?
You was insinuating, Dave.
I was.
That
I
was the
definitely
Dan
was.
Quinn years confirmed. Yep.
Yeah.
Dak just scored. Cowboys up 12-0. Probably going for two.
Yeah. That is a fun fact about Vic Fangio. He was paired up with Dom Capers in his inaugural season for the Panthers.
Yes, he
So
was.
he's familiar territory for all you pre-cam folks.
I said the kicker missed again.
He missed another extra point.
Yeah, he missed the first one for sure. I haven't seen the second one yet.
Yeah, it looks like he missed the second
might
one too.
well.
I didn't realize he missed the first one until somebody said it.
Yeah, he missed the first one.
Oh boy.
This dude is trash. Good snap too. Good hold. He just missed it. He in his head right now.
Well, I guess they're not gonna
He's in
test him
his
for
head
field
right now.
goals.
They gonna need him. Yo, they gonna need that. They gonna need that,
They
bro.
gotta need
You
at least
can't.
one.
Hey, you can't leave points on the board with Thomas. That was a terrible throw, Tom. But all right, yeah, I'm a little confused as to why they are interviewing coordinators, unless they
I'm
have
not
an idea.
confused. They know their guy.
They gotta know who it is, bro. That's the only way.
Either they know their guy or they haven't learned shit from the last time they've done this. So which one you think it is? Which one you hope it is? How about that?
I hope it's Ben Johnson. But so I was just
No.
tagging
You ain't answered the question.
Oh, I didn't hear it. My bad. I was focused on Twitter. Go ahead.
I'll ask you again. Either they haven't learned shit from the last time they've done this, or they know who their guy is. Which one do you think it is?
So before I answer that question, there was Benjamin Albright. They asked the question. Benjamin Albright, he's an NFL analyst. They asked him the same question. Different note, but this is the question that was asked to Benjamin Albright on Twitter. Different note, but why are the Panthers having a list of DCs when they don't have a head coach yet? And he answered it. Benjamin Albright answered. He says because maybe they do have a head coach, but have to finish interviews. So that means they've already wrapped it up. They just need to finish what they have. And so if that's the case, then maybe they have learned a lesson. Maybe they just got one in the bag already. So I'm gonna roll with that. The head coach is already in the bag.
I think they already got their head coach. They just haven't. The head coach hasn't showed up into the building yet.
So you think it's Ben Johnson and they just haven't interviewed him yet? And what if it's Wilkes and they already? It can't be Wilkes, bro. I just don't think it can be Wilkes.
I'll be happy if it is Wilkes. I can't convince myself that Al Holcomb they're gonna be able. I'll be shocked if Wilkes is gonna be able to get this gig without Al Holcomb. Because that's his guy, man. You know what I'm saying? I could see maybe a scenario where Wilkes gave Al a talk like, look, bro, we're gonna have to split apart so I can at least get this opportunity. And I might have been cool with it. But I just don't see that happening. But that's just my opinion. Like, I don't know. Because I don't know.
And it tells me that, you know what, they're not interviewing. They're not interviewing offensive coordinators. So that tells me alone right there that it's got to be an offensive guy, which eliminates Wilkes. So that means that if you put the context clues together, it's going to be an offensive head coach who's going to call plays. And you're going to have a defensive coordinator, an OG defensive coordinator, which I love. Like, again, if it's Ben Johnson and Vic Fangio, I'm happy. I'm a happy camper, bro. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm a happy camper. But it's got to be an offensive guy because they're not interviewing offensive coordinators. Now, if they start interviewing offensive coordinators, or maybe they plan on keeping McAdoo, because I haven't heard him get the can yet.
Well, nobody's gotten the can yet. I mean, nobody's going to get the can until they hire the coach. Not yet. I don't think. But we'll see.
I don't know, but to get y'all mind right for us to move on from Wilkes. I know we endorsed.
I'm not worried about. Look, man.
Yeah, I need to get y'all now because some of y'all be ready to jump off the ship.
The players is what I'm concerned about.
Yo, Dave, don't make me pod. Don't make me pod, Dave. They'll want me to pod. I hate when y'all bring up the players. Do you want me to pod, Dave?
Go ahead.
You want me to pod, Dave?
Go ahead,
bro. Players are paid to play the game, man.
I know that.
They should have a voice, and you should listen to it for sure. But you can't. I'm chilling. I'm chilling, Dave, because they don't want me to pod, yo.
All I'm gonna say is this.
Y'all not about to make me look crazy, bro.
No. All I'm gonna say is this. That man inherited that team at 1-4. That squad went 6-6 to close out the season. That squad changed the image of that team, changed the morale of that team. And you're going to not give that man an opportunity.
Oh, my God.
That man took a roster that he didn't build, a coaching staff that he didn't bring in. Got rid of some guys, didn't get to replace too many, and went 6-6 with that roster. And then the owner wasn't even in New Orleans with them to close out the season. So I mean, that was more of a bigger sign than anything else in my eyes. But I digress. When I learned that, I said, "Oh, well, all right, we know what it is." So I mean, when you talk about trying to get free agents in, when you're talking about trying to get other players to come here, those are the type of things that you have to do.
No, you have to win. You got to win to get players to come here. No, that
you
is the ultimate thing.
Too. Okay. Look, man.
Y'all keep throwing this. Yo, bro. I get the culture, bro. I get it. But you know what else? You know what else does a wonder for culture? That's winning. Winning does wonders for culture.
It does.
Once you start winning, once you start winning, players will buy in. It's facts. They will. Once you start winning, players will buy. That's what happened with Wilkes. You start winning, people buy in, and then what I think happened. Yo, dudes might got a little comfortable. They started feeling themselves a little bit, right? And then you cannot overlook what happened in Tampa, bro. You keep talking about, oh, he keep winning with these players. We couldn't win the big one, the one that counted. If you're so good of a coach, you gotta win when it counts. You can't claim I'm winning with these guys. I'm winning with these guys, but then when it's time to win, you won't win with those guys.
So we about to hire a guy who coached under Adam Gase. That's what we about to do,
bro.
That's what we about to do. Oh, don't do that. You don't want me to do that?
What we about to do is build a nice staff here that complements each other. Where you get a damn good defensive coordinator and you get a damn good offensive mind in here, and the chemistry's gonna go. That's what, and it's not just gonna get us to an 8-8 season where everybody's happy just to be, oh yay, we made 8-8. Let's kumbaya, the culture 8-8 because we got Dave. We want to be playing right now, man. We want to play right. I don't want to be potting right now, Dave. I want to be live streaming.
Listen, man. You guys, I put it on Twitter. Do I have to repeat myself again on Twitter? You guys keep telling me about you got to have these young offensive minds. Let me name the last Super Bowl winning coaches. I'll name the coaches of the last Super Bowl winning coaches.
Oh, my God.
No. Oh, my God, shit. Don't oh, my God, a damn thing. Don't oh, my God, anything.
Go, Dave.
You got your young offensive mind, Sean McVay. You got your old offensive mind, Bruce Arians. You got
to the greatest coach of all, the greatest quarterback of all time. That's who he has. But keep going.
Andy Reid. You got Andy
Props,
Reid.
Andy Reid. Got damn good quarterback too.
You got Bill Belichick.
Fair.
All right.
Great quarterback he's got with him too. By the way.
I mean, but my point is that you don't. My point is that you don't. You guys keep telling me that you got to have this young, offensive-minded guy. No, that's what everybody's been telling me on Twitter. That's what I keep hearing, and I'm like, yo, like, McVay just won this shit. We only talk about one guy. If you want to go with an offensive coordinator, cool, fine. We never had one. I'm looking forward to it. We'll see how it goes. But to tell me that this guy's going to I'm going to roll either way. I'm going to root for the squad either way. But I just think you guys are saying, oh, well, he didn't do enough to keep the job. And I'm like, bro, that man went 6-6 with a roster that he couldn't control. That man went 6-6.
Stop with that. Yo, bro, you cannot. Yo, you stop doing that, bro. Stop saying He goes 6-6 with the roster he didn't build. But when it's time to win a game, you just going to give him a pass because he did. Bro, you got to coach. If you get credit for going 6-6, you got to get credit when it's time to get a W, bro. And you drop the ball. Point blank, period. Stop capping, bro. Stop with the cap, Dave. Stop it with the cap. Red Boy, he says what I said.
You know what?
Not that it was we'll see, but 6-6 is not good. I see too much Ron in them. Don't want Ron 2.0. I agree. D'Angelo the Legend says, tell him Rashad that was straight facts. I agree with you, bro. I agree.
You know what?
Gotta hit the super chat. Seven of 8 teams left have offensive-minded coaches. 7 of 8 teams left. Jared says, name the head coaches in the playoffs right now, and what position they coach.
It's 6 out of the 8, by the way. It's 6 out of the 8.
Do it. It doesn't matter. What's the percentage? You the math guru, Dave. Give me the percentage on that.
Who's left in the playoffs? We got McDermott. He's a defensive guy. Is that? Are we clear? He's a defensive guy, right?
Yeah, he's defensive. Yeah.
All right. McDermott's a defensive guy. Bowles is a defensive guy. Even though a lot of folks are thinking that Dallas is going to win this game. Dallas is the offensive way it's looking. Yeah, it's looking kind of ugly right now. But it's because of the bad offensive of Tampa Bay. But Bowles is a defensive guy. McCarthy's an offensive guy. Chiefs, Andy Reid, offensive
and this is
guy.
facts. Shout out to Jared. This is facts right here. Dave, are you going to cap or not? Are you going to cap right now?
Yo.
Exactly.
Josh Allen played terrible, bro.
Exactly.
Josh Allen played terrible, bro.
Exactly.
Yo, it's fine, man.
Jared is right. He's right, bro. He's right.
No, it's fine.
I watched a little bit of that game too. Keep going.
Nah, Kyle's an offensive guy.
Keep going.
Kyle's a young offensive guy. Jacksonville, Doug Peterson's offensive guy. Mm-hmm. Who else is left?
Orchestrate against the defensive guy too, if I might add.
Staley's an offensive guy. Staley's an offensive guy. That's what made the shit worse. He was an offensive guy. I didn't outsmarting his damn self. He was an offensive guy. He was a young offensive guy that lost to the old offensive guy because he always thought that shit, and that's why he blew that lead. But we're about to get one of those, so we ain't got to worry about it. We're gonna go to the playoffs like the Chargers, and out here blowing 27-0 leads. Because we out here, like Kyle, another young offensive guy, out here blowing these leads in Super Bowls. You want that to be us? He did that shit twice. He did it twice.
Dave, you are absolutely incorrect. Staley is a defensive coach, bro.
I thought he was an offensive guy.
Brandon Staley's a defensive coach. He's from Big Fangio. We just talked about that.
Oh, damn, that makes it worse. Jesus. And he didn't run the ball? What the heck's wrong with him? Oh, I didn't realize that was defensive. All right, fine. I can own that. This is what happens when you have alcohol in your system. All right, fine. Okay, you made your point. Fine. Get your offensive coach. That's fine.
That's all I want.
I don't think.
With a great defensive, give me a young offensive mind. That's why we keep saying young, because we want the guy to be around for the next 20 years. Then you pair him with a damn genius and defensive coordinator Like Vic
I did say
Fangio,
Peterson was offense.
then you pairing with Vic Fangio, the guy that's seen every damn offense there is and can build a defense to beat damn near anything. That's how you build a damn staff. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see.
So, all right, can you pull up Ben Johnson's resume one more time? I think that's what it's going to be.
Yeah, I got it.
That's who I think it's going to be. And McVay did have Wade Phillips. That is important. McVay had like the master of that shit, yo. And that's Wade Phillips. Yo, Wade was the guy. I would love for Wade Phillips to run our defense, bro. If I can't get Wade, I'll take Vic. But damn it, if I could get Wade, oh my God. Wade was ridiculous.
This is Ben Johnson.
This is Ben Johnson.
Oh, my fault. Let me reshare. I didn't know I wasn't sharing.
Tampa would be there. Tampa wouldn't be there if it wasn't for damn corners.
Talk about it.
Corners, man.
Talk about it.
Yo, man. I think Henderson ain't getting that 5th-year option because of that game, bro. That's a safe bet.
Wade at least 97. Wade Phillips at least 97 years old, bro.
I don't give a damn how old he is. He could be 110 and probably can run defense better than most of these coordinators out in these streets.
Wade is that dude.
Wade will be out here in this dog. Wade will be out here in this wheelchair. If he can't talk and he got buttons to figure out how to say the words, he will still run better schemes than most of these cats out in these streets, bro. That man knows defenses, man. Give me Wade. I mean, Vic ain't a spring chicken either. Shit. He younger than Wade, but not by too much. Yeah, Vic been around, man. Vic was in freaking our DC when we first existed.
Vic is 67 years old, I believe.
Yeah.
But go ahead. Here's his resume, Dave. Shout out to AOK Carolina. He said we got 400 people watching 93. Yeah, that's unsatisfactory. We gotta get at least 200 likes, man. Hit that like button so the algorithm can pick us up, man. We appreciate that. So we can get to 20,000 subscribers. We're almost there. So if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. Greatly appreciate it.
So he's the OC now. Yep. He was the tight ends coach for when he was in Miami, right? Was it in Miami?
Let me pull it up.
I'm trying to remember the teams that he did it with. Now he had. I know he worked with Gase. I remember he worked with Gase, and he worked with somebody else, and he worked with Campbell.
Ben Johnson, footballer. No, not that footballer.
I got one ally at least. Thanks, Brian. Appreciate the super chat. Well, I don't care about the fiscally responsible part because there's no capping when it comes to a coach.
Yeah. But, Detroit Lions offensive coordinator, Detroit Lions tight ends coach for the past 2 years, or 2020 and 2021.
So he was there. He was there with Patricia. No, yes. Who was the coach before? Yeah, he was there with Patricia. Jesus Christ.
I think so. Let me pull it up this way.
So he was. I know he was there for Gase. So he was there. So he coached under Gase, Patricia, and Campbell. And we're just gonna say, we're gonna hope that we get the Campbell funk out of him and not the Patricia Gase funk out of him.
Hey, okay. So Will's coached under Ron Rivera. What you saying? What's the difference?
Are you telling me? So now you're trying to compare Ron Rivera to Adam Gase?
But what I'm saying is, do either one of them have a Super Bowl?
Has either one of them been to one? Has either one of them won a playoff game?
Do they have a Super Bowl? Bro, look at what Ben Johnson is doing right now as coordinator, bro.
He hasn't gone to the playoffs yet.
Bro.
He did improve Jared Goff. I'll give you that. So, I mean, we're gonna give him credit for the 1 year what he did with Jared Goff.
Yeah.
Okay. Because he was the tight ends coach. The previous, because when did Jared Goff just got there, right? Because Jared Goff wasn't there last year. He was there last year. So he was there last year when he was the tight ends coach. So he wouldn't be working with Jared Goff the year before that.
No.
In theory, right? Okay. So
but he was there in 2020, right?
Okay.
So I'm trying to let me look at the roster real quick in 2020. So in 2020, who was the tight end? Hawkinson. Hawkinson was all right.
Okay.
Look at what he was coaching. That's all I'm saying. Look at what he was responsible for. It's only certain things that was in his control, bro. That's
No,
all
I
I'm
get
saying.
it. I get it, man. I get it. I know this is the pick. I'm trying my best to be as optimistic as possible.
We got to. All I'm
Trying.
saying, Dave. All I'm saying, we got to stop settling, bro. I feel like Wilkes, and this is no disrespect. I think that's a easy. Okay, we're gonna accept just being having a 9-7. We might make a playoff push which is cool. That's cool. We're just looking at being okay. I want to be great. I want to be making a playoff push, a Super Bowl push. I don't want to just be a decent team. Wilkes will get you to decency. You will be a decent squad. I'm not saying Wilkes will get you to the playoffs, no doubt. But he does. I'm telling y'all, we seen it. We seen it, bro. We seen it. We literally saw it.
He coached under this guy.
Bro, I don't care, bro. I don't care what he coached under. He can only control what he can control, bro. I saw what listen to what I'm saying, Dave. I saw this dude, Steve Wilkes, head coach, he choked away, which is what we saw time after time after time with Ron Rivera. You see trends. You can see it, bro. You saw it as a head coach. You saw it. What else do you need to see, bro?
You guys think this guy is Brian Daboll. That's what this is. That's what this is. Okay, look. I try to warn you guys about Rule. And y'all thought I was being too much of an ass.
We all knew Rule.
No, we didn't. No, we did not. No, we did not.
We all, maybe
you did.
No,
maybe you did.
I'm speaking for me. When we pulled it up, we said, yo, college coaches do not work in the NFL. Point blank, period. Yes, you were the only one calling for him to be fired after week 1, his first season. Yes,
I had him fired before he showed up, before the press. I had no optimism from that shit.
Bro, we'll give you that. We'll give you that.
I will give him. I'm gonna give him a fair shake. I'm gonna give him a chance. When I started digging to figure out, all right, who did he work under? Am I ready to say, all right, the two best coaching staffs he worked under, because he's worked under Dan Campbell twice on an interim basis and now. But he also worked under Gase and Patricia, bro.
But don't you think that he could learn from that as a negative? Like, yo, these dudes are trash. I'm not gonna do what they did. Don't you think that's possible?
No, it's very possible. That's why I said I'm gonna give him a fair shake if he gets the position. It's very possible. He's got more. Look, I'm gonna give him a fair shake. It's just Jesus. They scored again. I just got some. Right now. Yeah, now it's bad now. I'm just concerned. I have some level of
you're concerned and you want the safe pick in Wilkes. That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying, bro. You want the safety net, and that Wilkes. Wilkes is gonna be decent and get you to. He's gonna be a decent coach. That's what you want. That's not what I want. I'm willing to swing a little bit. I'm willing to swing on a. This makes sense. That Rule shit didn't make sense. Did he miss again? Another field goal?
My God, he did.
Are you serious? I just saw it on your face. Wow. That's going to be crazy.
A field goal will make it 21-0 at least.
Right.
That's hilarious.
I got to see the field goal. Let me see it real quick. They got to start going for 2, bro.
Fam. Bro, not even close. It curved.
Bro, this dude is trash.
Is the kicker hurt or something?
No, he ain't hurt. He just sucks. Look at Jerry Jones. Oh, he might not make it on the playing line back if they lose this game. But anyway, let's hit these super chats. There's a lot of them. Bro, man is right. Wilkes is an easy out. I want a Super Bowl. Dave, you want a safe pick. Here goes. Some more. Dabo Wink is the model for Ben Vic. And that's another super chat. Here we go. You guys are selling Ben Johnson. Let's see here. Ben Johnson made Jared Goff top 10. That's enough. Let's see what else.
So y'all fine with keeping Sam Darnold to see if he can be top 10? Just a question.
Did I miss anything else? Here we go.
Y'all didn't want to. Y'all
Bro, missed another one. He gone. Damn, missed this. All right, I'm caught up now. But Dave, it's okay, Dave. You're cool with not taking chances, and you just want to be an average team.
I'm a little bit. After what the hell just happened. Yes, wouldn't you? Did you see what the hell we just went through? Oh, you forgot what we just went through. I know you got the Men in Black shit that you.
It did. Yeah, it didn't happen, Dave. I don't know what the hell you talking. I don't know what the hell you talking about.
My man said, this did not happen. Dog, I'm sorry, dog. That shit did not work on me. I know what the hell I went through. And it was trauma. Just straight trauma. Unnecessary trauma. Just unnecessary.
Yeah. And I'm not, listen, I'm not giving Wilkes a slander, bro. I just don't think he can get us to the big Super Bowl, bro. It's not the game is even with Rivera. Even you look at okay. So Dave, let me ask this question. Do you think? And I ask this again. I'm gonna ask it. I asked you this before. I'm gonna ask you this again. Do you think Steve Wilkes is a better head coach than Ron Rivera? Yes or no? Because they're the same people motivator. The coaches, the players love them. Same thing. Do you think Wilkes is a better coach than Ron Rivera?
I think Wilkes is a more relatable coach than Ron Rivera. I don't think
no. I don't know because why do you immediately go to everything other than answering the question of is Wilkes a better head coach than Ron Rivera? Yes or no?
All right,
answer the question directly.
Let's answer this super chat first, and then I'll answer the question. Yes, Ben Johnson made Jared Goff look like a top 12 QB, but Steve Wilkes made Sam Darnold look decent. Which one is more impressive? That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, because Jared Goff went to a Super Bowl, didn't he? Right? He went to a Super Bowl with McVay, right?
Yep. Yes, he did.
Yep, because he lost his first one with the Patriots.
Yeah, Goff had been good at one point. I don't know what happened to him, but
I wouldn't say
he was good.
Good.
He was solid. Okay, correct.
Solid.
You're right. Bad wording. He was solid.
Yeah, because Jeff Fisher almost ruined his ass.
Okay.
And then
now, Dave, answer my question because you trying to get out of my answer my question. Is Steve Wilkes a better head coach than Ron Rivera? I don't want to hear about, and I'll give you a little bit more time. I don't want to hear about. Oh, he relates more. He's a blah. Is he a better head coach
right now
than Ron Rivera?
Right now?
Right. Yeah, I would say ever. Right now. Right now, is he a better
Not
head
ever,
coach?
I can't ever know. Right now,
In
yes.
fact. Okay, right now. You think Wilkes is a better head coach?
Right now, absolutely. Right now,
so.
Absolutely.
I disagree.
Absolutely.
I disagree.
Absolutely. Not a doubt. Right now, absolutely. Absolutely. Ever? No. But I don't think I think Rivera's had moments where he's lost his players. I don't think you have that with Wilkes. In my opinion. But I don't know. Just like we don't know. Just like you don't know if this is going to work out with Ben Johnson. You just want to swing for the fences.
They both had shitty quarterback situations. They both had a lot of injuries to deal with. They had very similar situations, bro. And I would even go to say that Rivera got it harder. He had it a bit harder than Wilkes could have won this division. He had it right in his palm.
I mean, Rivera had
this division versus the South or versus the East, bro. Rivera playing in the trenches right now. You see that division?
Well, now,
you kidding me? We said right now.
We said now. Now,
you think Wilkes could go out there and coach better than what Rivera did? Fuck no. Come on, man. Stop capping.
How many wins did Rivera get?
Stop the cap,
What
bro.
was Foster's record?
Stop the cap, man.
Well, 7-10,
Stop
right?
cap.
7-10. What was the record? 7-10. What was Foster's record? 7-10. I don't know what the record was. What was the team's record? I don't remember. NFC standings. Yeah, I'm looking now because now I'm curious. 8-8, 8-1.
Yeah, come on, man. In the East, all right. Come on, man. In the East, y'all are bugging, bro. Rivera's a better coach. Rivera's a better coach. Let's stop the cap, bro.
Rivera didn't know that they were about to get eliminated from the playoffs the week before. He didn't realize it. He was so shocked to the point where it was like he probably wouldn't have started the quarterback he did at the time because that's when he made the decision to go back to Wentz. And when he realized that he could be eliminated because of the loss, and then it was too late at that point. That's a pretty interesting comparison. Ben Johnson equals Rob Chudzinski. God, that's rough though. God, man, the Bucs don't want it, huh? Well, I mean, all right. I mean, look, man. I don't think Wilson's getting the job. So, I mean, this is gonna probably be Ben. I just hope they don't drag this shit. I just hope they just Wednesday happens. They decide to sign him, and that's that. Chubb was overrated as an OC, not when he was with us. I thought he did a pretty damn good job the first couple years with Rivera.
That dude, bro. Yeah,
Chubb was out here. Chubb was out here working that first year with Cam. But nah, I mean, if it's Wilkes, I'll be thrilled. If it's Ben, I'm rolling. But I just hope we get Fangio with them. Like if we hire Ben, we got to get Fangio with them. We got to get Fangio with them.
I agree. If Ron was here, we would have played this weekend. In this division, I agree.
You might be right. Nah.
In this division, the way it's
with
set
Darnold,
up, bro.
With Darnold,
yeah, I agree.
I think about that one.
I agree. All right, y'all want to run a quick mock before we get up out of here? Dave, you want to run a mock?
Yeah, let's run a mock.
Because I'm tired of arguing with you about Wilkes, man. I like Wilkes, and
I don't
want to turn it into hate. Y'all make me turn into a hater because I don't hate Wilkes. I just think it's settling to me. That's all.
I understand you think it's settling, bro. But my thing is I gotta question things, and I'm noticing what's happening when it comes to like picking up these guys that only got one good year of experience, and it doesn't always pan out. That's all I'm saying. And if we're fine with swinging for the fences and taking that risk, cool. But I'm just about dog. We just went and took this crazy ass risk with this college coach that was useless for 3 years.
Nah, that's different, bro. That's a different kind of risk. That was stupid.
I'm just saying, bro.
That's different.
And then we just saw another guy.
Not the same.
We just saw another OC get a damn job, actually had a damn quarterback, and got fired before the damn season was over. So, everybody ain't Sean McVay and Zach Taylor. That's my point. Everybody's not Sean McVay and Zach Taylor. Everybody's not Kyle. There's more Matt Patricias. There's more Nathaniel Hackett's. There's more Matt Nagy's. There's more Adam Gase's than there are Sean McVay's, is my point. That's my point from the offensive side, which is why you don't see Byron Leftwich getting those opportunities right now. That's my point. That's all. I mean, it's Tepper's team, bro. He gonna do what he wants. They even got the Lions fans sign a petition, so maybe he is legit. They got a petition out there to hire Steve Wilkes, and they got Lions fans signing because they don't want to lose Ben Johnson. So maybe he's legit. So we'll see. We'll see. You gonna try to trade up?
No. We'll see. Let's start it and see where things go. Ooh. All right. So I paused it real quick. So Jalen Carter, Bryce Young, Will Anderson, Will Levis. Levis went before Stroud in this one.
Stroud. I would trade up to go get Stroud right
So
here. I would trade up to go get Stroud right here.
do y'all want to trade up to get Stroud right here?
I would trade up to go get Stroud right here. If you're assuming that we're getting Ben Johnson, I would trade up to go get Stroud right here. Don't BS it. By the way, did the Colts already win? Or they took
Colts
Levis?
Pick Levis, yeah. So if we trade up to Stroud, what would it look like? So if we give up the first two,
try to give up the 60.
60, 98%, 50%. You want to go 50-50 with the 92 and then renegotiate?
Give him the 60. Give him the 60 to make sure, because you don't want to. You don't want to pussyfoot. You don't want to. You don't want to. There's no way they're gonna take the third round pick. I would just give him the McCaffrey pick and just keep him. Well, you want to try it, go ahead, but
I say we try it, man. You said it's 50-50, man.
Offer. Don't do it.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
You out here.
Nope, so they didn't take it.
Yeah, take. Yeah.
So we'll trade up. We'll trade up and get we'll get Stroud. So we're gonna offer this trade, and then we'll get Stroud here, quarterback of the future, in the building. Shout out to CJ Stroud.
We ain't got to pick till 60. I thought we gave up that pick.
I thought we gave it up too, but
no, we gave up the 60 pick. We got the 39th. Yeah, that's right. We gave up the San Francisco pick.
I thought it didn't take that one, but anyway, I'll roll with it.
No, you tried to take the third round pick, and they told it no.
So okay,
yeah,
okay,
so
gotcha,
we got
gotcha,
this.
Gotcha.
All
right. So let's see
is
here.
Trenton System a middle? Is Trenton Simpson a middle?
Yeah, linebacker? I might have to take. Yeah, I might have to take that.
Yeah, you gotta take that one.
Yeah,
you gotta take that one, sir.
I think So let me just look. I'm gonna take that one. Let me just look here. The kid's super athletic, bro. He's not necessarily a middle, but he's super athletic. Campbell, Darnell Washington.
Yeah, you got to take the guy from Clemson. I know how you Clemson fans are in the chat, but I think the value might be too good not to take him.
I think we got to take Simpson here. He's not a middle though, Dave. Not a middle.
Wait, is he more of a 3-4 linebacker or a 4-3 linebacker?
Kind of. I think he. You know what? I think somebody said in the chat he's more like a Simmons, more like a Simmons Shin type. That's the type of player he is.
I'm trying to think about it from a Fangio.
He's a weapon.
Where would he fit in Fangio's scheme?
I don't know. It depends how much. Let me see how much he weighs. Got mad Clemson fans. Ask Jared. Jared knows. 6'3", 240. He got a little. He can't cover the way. So Jared says he can't cover the way Simmons could.
All right. Well, I think we'd still take him. I think the value's too good not to take him. He's probably a first round grade.
We'll take him there. It's saying it's not gonna happen, but since it did happen in this draft, we're gonna go ahead and take him.
I mean, the other trade might not happen either, so you know.
All right, back on the clock. Noah Sewell, who is a middle linebacker. That would be interesting.
Double dip on linebacker?
I ain't mad at it. Luvu's there. We still got Luvu. We still got a couple of guys. I like A.T. Perry.
F it, bro. F it.
I like Jack Campbell, too.
Are you still there?
No, he's not, but I'm just saying.
Oh.
What y'all think here?
Double dip. Fix it, bro. Fix it. Shaq might not even be on the team next year.
I mean, they talking like that.
Dog. Double dip.
Take him and let Shaq go. We need D-line. We do need a cornerback too, bro. Edge.
We don't need a corner. Look, if we let Shaq walk, we don't need a better.
We do need edge though. They bad.
Ah, man, I would take the linebacker, man. Dallas is destroyed. I can't believe Dallas is beating up on Tampa Bay.
What y'all thinking? They said no good defensive ends left. Let's see. They're saying Jalen Jones. That's not a bad pick. Yeah, Noah is BPA. We could double dip at linebacker. So I'm gonna go ahead and take Noah.
I'm telling
instead
you,
of just sitting here.
take
Noah.
linebacker, man.
Let's see here. KJ Henry's still there. Edge rusher. Two Clemson picks. I like Trey Palmer a lot.
We got to get an edge, right? Unless you want to, if there's anybody worth taking that safety here.
My Clemson folk. What my guy KJ Henry looking like? Mm. 6'4", 255. I need to take him. Saying Zach Pickens, interior defensive lineman. It's saying trash. Kobe Wooden, he's all right. He's saying Wooden is all right. Depth defensive end. Kobe Wooden. Let me see Kobe Wooden. We do need an edge rusher pretty bad, though. I ain't going to hold y'all. 6'5", 284. Wow, he's kind of, I don't know. That's kind of in between.
That don't like a that might be a that don't seem like an edge rusher.
Yeah, he kind of in between, bro. I don't know. I don't know. We might need especially if we get Vic. That's like a defensive end and a three technique. We'll roll with Kobe. Let's roll with Kobe Wooden. We need an edge, bro. All right, back on the board again. Let's see here. Looking for. Oh, I like Riley Moss. I like Riley Moss a lot right here at cornerback. We need another cornerback. I'm going Riley Moss. I like Riley. Back again. I'm looking for a tight end. Pause. Could triple dip. Yeah, could triple dip right there. I don't think he's gonna be there for real. The PFF board is a little jacked. Mekhi Gardner. I could have waited for him. It's saying wide receiver. Check the corner. I just took a cornerback. See wide receiver. I like Ronnie Bell. Ronnie Bell would be solid. Safety. Oops. Trey Dean. I do like Trey Dean. We do need another safety too. I ain't mad at Trey Dean. It's saying Zay. Who's Xavier Hutchinson. I'm not mad at Trey Dean right here.
Yeah, and you said that they need a.
But they saying wide receiver day. They're saying Xavier Hutchinson. They're saying he's a beast. Let's check out Xavier Hutchinson.
Take him.
What day you saying take everybody?
Take everybody, man. We ain't gonna know what they are until we get our coaching staff together.
6'3", 205. They're saying Xavier's the pick. I'm gonna go ahead and take Xavier then. 6'3", 205.
Got 2 more picks left.
I would like to get a tight end out of this. Isaiah Land, another edge rusher from FAMU.
Get that FAMU action popping, man. He probably should go higher than that, though. Keep it a buck.
This is taking everybody, bro.
I mean, unless you want to take the tight end from South Carolina. Or Mallory from Miami.
Take cunts, yo. Pause. Well, no pause.
See, you out here trying to take guys named
That's the guy. That's the guy I take. That's the guy I take. Let me see who else. I think we use some tackle depth. They want to take a tackle or a guard.
Well, there's
Jackson
talks.
State.
Got RB Miller in there. But we already got enough linebackers, man. We already drafted what, 2, right?
It said Latu.
Latu.
What? I don't see Latu in here. Where you see Latu at?
Nah, I was looking at the chat. I don't see him either.
No, I see it. No, I saw him. He keeps saying Latu. I don't see no Latu, bro. Oh, the tight end. They saying take Latu. Okay, we'll take Latu. Although I like the Cunts kid better. But it's all good. I'll take Latu then. I'll take a guard. I'll take a guard as my last pick.
You gonna take a guard with your last pick?
Yeah, I was thinking about this center here, Caleb Murphy.
You probably should,
Yeah, let's roll
Maybe
Caleb
you can play
Murphy.
guard too. Yeah,
All right, here we go. Finalizing the draft. Grading our draft. So we got an A+ for our trade, and we got A+ for taking CJ Stroud, A for taking A- for taking Trent Simpson, B+ or B- for taking Noah, C taking Kobe Wooden, C for Riley Moss, B- for Xavier Hutchinson, D for Cameron Latu, and C+ for Caleb Murphy. Still got a C+, or excuse me, an A for our grade. All right, I'll take that. I'll take that.
All right. Yeah. I mean, good draft. Can't complain. We got some linebacker help.
Yeah,
Much
I'm
needed.
not mad at that. Not mad at that draft. That was decent.
I
Hey man,
think
listen. The bus about to hit the road, bro. It's about to be over for them.
Yeah, they already 3 and out at it with less than a minute used. I mean, the defense ain't showed nothing yet, so we'll see.
Yeah. All right, Dave. I gotta go to work tomorrow, so I gotta shut this thing down, man.
Don't we all, bro? We gotta go to work. I gotta go to work too, man. You don't think I work?
No.
You don't think I work, man?
Nah, man, I don't.
Oh, that's a shame. I do work. I think the folks I think the podcasters don't think I work too, because people think I don't work. I do a lot of things, but nah, let's shut it down, man. Because I'm gonna try to. The way this game's going. If they score another touchdown, I'm gonna give the Bucs one more drive, and then that's it for me. I'm gonna head to bed myself because this is looking like bad. This is looking bad, bro. Brady.
All right, man.
Brady might be done. You think he's gonna retire if he loses this game?
I don't really care, to be honest with you.
What if he wants to come here?
It's not happening. All right, hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell, get in the comments and all that stuff, man. We out. We'll holler at y'all a little bit later. Peace out, y'all.
Peace, guys.